Last month, I decided I wanted to get fit by 40, which is now 6 months away. This was 30 days ago, and this is now. Not a huge difference, but results don't happen overnight or even in 30 days. I've been eating a meat-based diet now since 2017. And through the past 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, almost 8 years, I have kind of worked out. Kind of. There was one point where I was really getting into it, and I was being consistent, and I was building muscle, and then I got pregnant. It was a surprise pregnancy, came out of nowhere, was not expecting it, was not planning on getting pregnant. Boom. With my second baby. That baby just turned 3. I went 3 years without doing a thing. And I mean, not a thing. I, last month, was listening to health podcasts, and I actually listen to health podcasts that are outside of my niche, meaning they're not carnivore people, they're not keto people, and while I hate subscribing to labels, that is technically what I eat. I eat a meat-based, very carnivore-ish, but with a few things that are technically not carnivore diet. It's the Neisha diet. But I don't listen to people from that. I don't listen to anybody. And you guys know that have been with me for a while. I don't really follow rules. I make up my own rules, and I think you guys should too. Make informed decisions, do your own research. This is your life, this is your body. Anyways, I've been doing this for 8 years without any true exercise. And so like a month ago, I was listening to these health podcasts, and I will be 40 in February of 26. So that is around 6-ish months away currently. Last month, it was about 7 months. Anyways, I was listening to these podcasts, and I was like, I don't have any symptoms of perimenopause yet, but I like to get ahead of the curve, right? I want to know what's coming. I want to prepare, because it will. Eventually, it will come. It will happen. Those things, that's life as a woman. Aren't we lucky? And I was listening to how we lose something like 3% of our muscle mass every year. And when perimenopause and menopause hits, that just like skyrockets. You're losing muscle, you're losing bone density. My entire family has a history of osteoporosis on my mom's side. And I mean severe osteoporosis, not just brittle bones, the kyphosis with the humpback, my grandmother, all of my aunts, beautiful, lovely women, but they all just deteriorated because they didn't do anything to prevent it. But nobody was talking about that back then. People are barely talking about it now. I'm at the city park. Because Ken has like interviews all day today. Nobody was talking about it. Now we're talking about it, and thank goodness. So I got a fire under my butt for multiple reasons, but that was one of the main reasons. There's other reasons also. 2026 is going to be a big year for me. I'm going to be 40. So much other things are going to happen. So I just decided I need to stop being such a little... I got to start caring about weightlifting. I just have to. And so I went to my local gym, which I used to work at. When I was in LPN school, I worked at this gym for, I guess, a year. I know the owners really well. It should not have been a nervous situation, but I was very nervous. I hadn't been in the gym since my 20s. I hadn't lifted weights in 3 years, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? So I walked in, I got my membership, talked to my friend, and I just got on the treadmill. Just my goal for last month was just go to the gym. There was no, I'm going to do XYZ. No. Get up, get dressed, get in the car, and go to the gym. That was week 1. I did it. And I literally did not do any kind of structure. It was just get in the car, drive to the gym, go in the gym, do something. Literally anything. I gave myself the easiest pass for that first week to get more comfortable again. Mind you, this is the first week of July, and apparently everybody was trying to get their pump on July 4th. I thought it would be dead. I thought, perfect time, summer, no one's in the gym. No one's trying to get fit. Everybody's living their life. No. Everybody was in there. It was packed that first week, but that was good because it broke me in. It was like, shut up, just get in there. Nobody cares. Just go. Just go. Nobody cares. Nobody is thinking about you. They're doing their own thing. Just get in the gym. So I did and hung out with some of the girls that I knew, and that was for week 1. Week 2, I was feeling better. I was like, okay, not nervous. I know these people. This is fine. There's nothing bad is going to happen. No one's going to jump out and attack me. So week 2, I decided I was going to start some structure, very loose, 3 days a week, which I went 3 days a week the first week, 3 days a week. That was my goal. Go 3 days a week minimum, if possible. So I downloaded an app from Whitney Simmons, who is a fitness influencer that I've followed for forever, just because I like her. She's got an amazing personality. She's like a normal built woman. She's not some super I mean, she's got, you can tell, she's very strong, but she's not, this is not, I mean, it's realistic. She's not probably on any steroids or anything. She's probably natural. Anyways, doesn't matter. I just like her personality. And I tried her app a few years ago, and it was not that good. So I thought I'll give it another chance. There was a 7-day free trial. Turns out that app is great. I'll link it below. Not sponsored, but I've been using that. So it gives you the option to build your own kind of structure. So I have a 3-day split, meaning I go 3 days a week, and then it builds based on I'm a beginner, right? And so I just follow the 3-day split that it gives me. And I also give myself permission that if I don't want to do whatever it says, then I'm not going to do that. I will find an alternative, which is really cool because it will give you an alternative to whatever movement it's telling me to do. Like, say I want to do, it tells me to do chest press, but I don't want to do chest press. I want to do something else. It'll give me an alternative. So this is what it looks like. I'm doing the Elevate program. I'm on week 5, obviously, and I really like it. You could just look free workouts up on YouTube. The reason I like this app is it shows you form also, which is something that I think most people struggle with if they haven't done. I used to know how to work out, but it's been a hot minute. So, just reminding myself placement of elbows, how to, all the little things. Anyway, so I did that week 2. It was also Bonnie's birthday. And throughout this, my nutrition has stayed pretty much the same. The only difference is I try to eat breakfast before I go to the gym on the days that I'm going to the gym. Every other day, just follow my hunger cues. But I do try to eat like scrambled eggs, even if it's just 2 scrambled eggs or 1 sausage patty. I try to eat something before I go to the gym, so I'm not fasted. And this is because I feel like because I have Hashimoto's, that helps me, because fasting is not, I don't feel amazing if I'm fasting and then performing. If I'm just fasting and sitting around the house, like whatever, it's fine. But that is one dietary thing that I've changed. I am making sure that I am getting plenty of protein in, but I am not tracking. I never have tracked. I never will track. Even though I'm not tracking, I can tell I am adding in more fat. Like, I'm eating more fat. I want it. When I could eat 3 New York strips, still be hungry, so then I will go make eggs with like a lot of butter, and then I'm fine. So I do have, I would say I've increased my fat more than anything, but again, I'm not tracking. So another thing is, because I have Hashimoto's, like, I'm not doing crazy cardio. For that first month, I wasn't. No HIIT ever. That me and HIIT, we aren't, no. Weights, lifting heavier when I can. That's the path that I am on. Now, when I do get on the treadmill, which some days I go in and I'm like, not every day I've been like, let's go. A lot I have. That's the new. But there were a few days where I was like, I don't want to do this. But then I would get on the treadmill, but I didn't just walk, okay? I put that incline on 7 to 10, and I would go about 3.5 or 3 miles per hour on that incline. And I would do that for around 15 minutes. And that was mostly just to, if it's busy, if it was super busy, or I felt uncomfortable, or I was anxious for whatever reason, that's what I would do. I would give myself that space to just get on the treadmill, but I was not just walking. It was always on a steep incline. Other rules that I've made for myself for month 1 were just to stay consistent. If I didn't go every day, that was okay, but I was going to go as much as possible. And so I did. And so I did that for 30 days. We are now into month 2. My goals are basically still the same. Go 3 days a week, but we're gonna be more structured in our weightlifting. Because really last month it was just get to the gym, get in the gym, lift something. That's what I was there for. This month I'm like, okay, we have picked up consistency. Month 2 is going to be continue that consistency, add another layer of structure, do specific workouts like I'm doing them on the app, but I'm really being mindful of, is this heavy enough? Am I really pushing myself to lift heavy enough where it matters? Because I'm trying to build bone density and muscle. I'm not trying to do anything else. If I gain weight, if I lose, I don't care. Am I gaining bone density? Am I gaining muscle mass? I can tell, right? Okay, because when I started, this was not, like, this is still very small, okay? I don't have huge guns, but it did not look like this. This did not look like this. That's how I'm going to be able to tell. Like, if I start losing muscle and, it's not going to happen. As long as I'm lifting heavier where those last 2 reps kind of suck. That's how that's my gauge of like, am I doing what I need to be doing in here? Or is this easy? If it is easy, then I'm not doing enough. Now, I'm not going to be in there pushing myself like some women do. Not because I don't think that's amazing. It's just not, I'm not there yet. I'm not anywhere close to there yet. We're so focused on consistency and just lift the heavy things. That is it. I'm not overcomplicating this. Again, not tracking. I don't know how much protein I'm eating a day, but it seems to be enough. I don't fast anyway, so this is not a problem. I can guarantee you I have increased my protein intake because I am so hungry. I just know. I've been eating this way for a long time. I know how much I eat normally, and I'm eating much more. I'm eating an extra steak a day, probably, and extra eggs. Like, there's extra protein. There's always fat with my protein. I'm not eating low fat. I'm eating the same stuff I've always eaten, just more protein that has fat. I'm not eating sirloin. I'm not eating ground chicken. I'm not eating turkey. I'm not eating fake bacon. It's bacon and eggs. It's ribeye. It's New York strip. It's scrambled eggs, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, and then my usual side, like tomatoes, onions, guacamole. Same thing. Same song, different verse. But I have found if I skip out on my electrolytes, I'm going to have a headache. Like a bad one. So I am making sure I take my electrolytes every day before I go to the gym, because on the days that I didn't do that, headache. And it lasted all day too. And every time I was like, is that what it is? Yes. Yes, it is. It is. So electrolytes with my water, making sure that I'm hydrating with electrolytes, not just water, because I was drinking water, but the days that I just was like, just water, no electrolytes, no salt in my water, no good. So that's what I've been doing for the last month. You haven't seen me on here. I was really focused. I was dialed in. I was like, I have to do this. I do not want, and my goals are literally not to get osteoporosis, to make perimenopause and menopause as easy. I don't know if easy is the word, but not as horrible, as tolerable as possible. I want to prepare my body so that I like cruise. We're going to cruise through perimenopause and menopause. I don't want to have to be like fighting backwards. I don't want to I want to prepare. I should have been doing this the whole time. I'm not saying that I did it perfectly, but I'm saying today is better than 5 years from now. And so, yeah, go me. I'm proud of myself. Let's keep going. I posted on Instagrams and maybe a short too on YouTube. So I didn't just completely fall off the map, but if you ever come to my YouTube page and I haven't posted anything, check the shorts, because usually I've touched base a little bit over there. Also, we're going to Dollywood this weekend, so I guess I'll see you in Dollywood. And then in Dollywood, I'll tell you what I'm eating to stay on track, because there are options when you're traveling. There are, I promise. All right, guys. Yeah, that's where I've been. I hope to see you in the comment section. Let me know what's going on with you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Love you. Mean it. Bye.